Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the new chances of Harmony Island returning to Prodigy. Now this is super exciting as Harmony Island was an amazing location in Prodigy and I cannot wait for its potential return. But let's go ahead and I guess talk about what we now know and, well, maybe some of the history of Harmony Island, all of that. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So, as you may know, Harmony Island was an area that was released to Prodigy in 2020, and part 2 of it was released in 2021. The whole premise of Harmony Island was that you needed to do these rune runs that allowed you to collect runes, and once you collected enough runes, you could go battle the Ancient, which was the sort of boss of Harmony Island, but is a good character. You just have to defeat the Ancient in order to free the Ancient from, the being trapped inside Harmony Island. And you had to do that 6 different times, and each time the battle against the Ancient got progressively harder until you had to battle the final form, aka Harmony, and you saved Harmony Island. On the map, it was about right where the Dragon Isle is going to be, where the Whirlpool is right now. So that's kind of where it was before it was removed in 2023 with the start of the battle update. When that started getting rolled out and in beta testing around the very beginning of January, Harmony Island was locked off for some accounts, and then by April 2023 it was locked for all accounts and it disappeared, and it has not been heard from since. Same with the Harmony Island Arena that went alongside it, was released in 2021 and replaced the Coliseum Arena. Now, Prodigy did say that they removed it due to a lack of people playing it, which I do kind of find strange because I don't think there was really a lack of people playing it, but that's what Prodigy said, so that's what I'm going with. But also, we've gotten very little hints of Harmony Island's return over time. We've just had a couple, but we have had no confirmation of Harmony Island's return, but now we do know a little more about it, and it might actually be returning, maybe sometime in the near future. I don't know when, of course, but it looks like at some point it should be returning. So let's go ahead and talk about the new reveal for that. This is coming from a response that Prodigy has given to questions about Harmony Island's being canon and all of that. So let's go ahead and discuss it. So Prodigy officially says that Harmony Island should be considered part of Prodigy's lore, which means basically that it should be canon to Prodigy's story. Like, we went and experienced everything with Harmony Island, but there's more to it than that because, well, new accounts, of course, have not experienced it because they were created after Harmony Island was removed. And here's sort of what they said for that. They said that they have not given a full explanation for Harmony Island's disappearance yet, and yet means that they could actually provide an explanation sometime in the future. But what they say is that just like it rose up around the 2020 time frame as part of Prodigy's story, it was meant to sink back below, and it's below Harmony, below the land of Prodigy right now, and just inaccessible because it's not part of the story right now. But they did also say that its appearance is meant to be cyclical, meaning that it would come back again over time, which is very interesting because that's not the response we got before. They said that they are also discussing parts of its backstory and the return of it amongst themselves at Prodigy. So I really do think that this means Harmony Island will be returning at some point, but how and why are major questions. This is really confusing to me. It can get really confusing because Does this mean that Harmony Island's like lore is accurate? Like the lore that was explained in Harmony Island to us when it arose out of the ocean and, well, was able to be accessed in Prodigy? Or does it mean that both the lore and us being able to play it and defeat Harmony and save Harmony, is that all still canon to Prodigy's story? Because we have all the items from Harmony Island. If you played it and got those items from it, we still have those, like all the ancient relics and all that. And we've defeated Harmony if you have. So that could still, be, part of the story. And I think that there's pros and cons to that. Because, well, where does it fit in with the current story of Prodigy? Because Harmony, right now, like right after you go and collect all 5 of the keystones, technically you're supposed to go to the academy, place them, and defeat the Puppet Master. So where does Harmony Island fit in? It's like Crystal Caverns as like a side story to the main story, but that's the main explanation that I would have for it. But right now it isn't, because it's not in Prodigy, and nobody can access it because there's no possible way to get in. But apparently Harmony Island is meant to return at some point for, I guess, new accounts to receive it and play it, and all of that, get those items. But of course that brings up the question, why remove it in the first place? I really don't know. One of the big reasons seemed to be because of the battle update, and just trying to implement that into Harmony Island might have been too hard and too difficult for Prodigy to do. So that may be one reason that they removed it. Another reason that they said was because of its lack of being played, which again, I don't know if that's like actually true, because I don't think it had a lack of being played. Not entirely sure, but I know I played it certainly quite a lot. But, well, until I finished it and like got everything that I wanted to get from it. But anyway, it took a long time, and Harmony Island was there for like just over 2 years, I believe. It wasn't there for very long. But why would it return if it's just the exact same thing as it was before, but just with like the battle update implemented into it? Why remove it in the first place? That's just what I'm a little confused about. But also, how is it going to return and show back up in Prodigy when you have the Dragon Isle right now in its place where it was on the map? That's going to be confusing, because the Dragon Isle's right there, and below that is the Duel Stadium. So how can you fit Harmony Island back on the map? I'm not sure, but it's going to be, of course, an interesting thing to find out. I think this is confirmation that Harmony Island will be returning in the future, but the question is just when and how, and I guess why as well. So yeah, that's what we know now. I think Harmony Island will be returning. This sure seems to be confirmation. But we're going to see. Of course, we're going to see in the future. I don't know if that'll be this year or next year or what. Probably next year if Dragon Isle is here this year. I think that would at least be next year if it is coming back. But we're going to have to wait and see. We still have a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm really interested to see what will come out of this. So what do you think about this likely return of Harmony Island to Prodigy? Are you excited to play it again? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments